steel shackles dig into my wrists as the general kneels, eyes burning with something dangerously close to grief. The flower he places at my family's portrait trembles in his fist. Soldiers roar outside. My execution is minutes away. He leans close. You could still run if you knew the truth. 3 days ago, I didn't believe monsters could beg. The shackles snap cold around my wrists as I jerk upright. Metal grinds bone. I bite back a curse. A boot step thuds behind me. Heavy, deliberate.
You're awake.
I twist, but the chair won't budge. You chain all your guests, General, or just the ones you plan to kill? He doesn't answer. Just stands there, shadow stretching across the flagstones. I can't see his face, only the glint of his uniform buttons.
You shouldn't be here.
Trust me, I noticed. He moves closer. The air shifts. Not blood, not sweat, but something sharp and floral. I gag on it. You redecorate with perfume now? I can't see what. My pulse scrambles. I glance at the window. Too high. Soldiers outside. Their voices a muffled warning. The jingle of keys, his, I realize. The only way out. My gaze lands on the portrait above the desk. My family. Father's eyes. Cold as ever. I look away. Thane's voice is low.
You know why you're here?
Because your men can't tell a spy from a starving librarian? He ignores me. Picks up a battered blue flower from the desk. Kneels before the portrait. Not to me. Not to any god. To them. He lays the flower beneath the frame. Hands steady. Bows his head. The room holds its breath. I shift. Chains rattling. Is this the part where you pray for forgiveness, or just for time? He stands. Jaw clenched. Doesn't look at me. The key vanishes into his pocket.
Stay.
One word. Not a command. Not a plea. Something in between. I laugh, but it's thin. Not like I'm going anywhere. He pauses at the door, hand on the handle.
Don't make me beg again.
The door slams. His footsteps fade. The key's gone, but the echo lingers. I stare at the blue flower wilting under my family's gaze, shackles biting deeper, and wonder, what did Thane beg for the first time? And what will he do if I refuse to stay? Thane slams the iron key onto the desk, rattling the cup beside it. I flinch, wrists aching in the cuffs, but force my eyes up.
Drink.
He shoves the cup toward me, gaze fixed on the key. The water tastes flat, but I drink anyway, ignoring the soldier's boots scraping behind me.
He's up. Orders?
Thane's hand closes over the key, knuckles straining. He doesn't answer. The soldiers hover, waiting for a nod, waiting to see if today's the day they get to break me. I shift, chains clinking. If you're going to stare, at least bring breakfast. Or is starvation part of the hospitality? One of them snorts, the others just watch, hungry for a signal.
He stays. No one touches him.
His voice is a blade, sharp, final. The soldiers back off, but their laughter curdles the air.
Special treatment for the traitor's son. You get to choose your last meal too, Ren? Or just the color of your noose?
I roll my shoulders, trying to look bored. If it's all the same, I'd rather not die in linen. Your uniform looks sturdy? Trade you? Lior barks a laugh. Even Thane's mouth twitches, but his grip on the key only tightens. They mutter. My family's name spat like a curse. Thane's presence is a wall. Solid, but I'm still on the wrong side. My eyes catch the blue flower, half smashed by the portrait. Out of place. Out of season. I nod toward it. Voice low. Who's the flower for, Thane? Me? Or her? The room freezes. Even the candle seems to hold its breath. Thane's jaw works. For a heartbeat, I think he'll answer.
You deserve better.
Not what I expected. Not enough. His hand trembles, the keys slick in his grip. The soldiers whisper, circling my name with threats. Thane's silence keeps them at bay, but I feel every word. Why protect me from bruises but leave me to their venom? Why never let go of that key? I'm still chained, but something's shifted. His grip, my resolve. The blue petals staining the desk. Thane turns, hesitation flickering in his eyes. Will he speak or leave me to the wolves? I hold his gaze, daring him to answer. Sometimes the question is more dangerous than the threat. The chain snaps taut as I lunge for the desk. Useless. The iron bites my wrists, but I glare at Thane anyway. You planning to stand there all morning? Or do I get breakfast with my threats? Just stands, arms folded, the iron key at his belt catching a slant of early light. His shirt is a red so deep it looks angry. I count the seconds he makes me wait.
Confess. Today, they'll let you live.
No greeting, no warmth. Just the verdict, dropped like a stone. I swallow, mouth dry. That's it? No speech about justice? He steps closer. The air between us shifts. There's a whiff of something sweet, almost out of place in this stale room. I spot the family portrait behind him, a pressed blue flower tucked against the frame. Not city blue, wilder. I stare too long.
You want justice. They want blood. Yours or someone else's.
I twist my wrists, metal scraping skin. So I lie or I die. Great options. He watches me, eyes flat. His thumb taps the key once. Nerves? Or just a habit he can't break? I lean forward, voice low. And if I don't? A pause. Not hesitation, calculation.
Then you die. Slowly.
He says it like he's reading a list. My stomach knots. I'm supposed to beg, but I won't. You'd be a terrible judge. No suspense. No drama. For a second, I think I see something crack. Regret, maybe. Or just the light playing tricks. I look back at the blue flower. Why keep it? Why hide it here? The door rattles. Lior's voice slices in. Clipped and cold. General, time's up. Thane doesn't move. His gaze pins me.
Decide. Now.
My heart stutters. The room shrinks. I stare at the key, at the flower, at him. He wants my answer. I want out. I open my mouth. But Thane's hand jerks. The key drops, heavy, onto the desk between us. It lands with a promise. I jerk awake to the scrape of boots behind me. Thane stands over my shoulder, silent, his shadow cutting across the desk. I keep my eyes half-lidded, breathing slow, pretending I'm still out cold. He lingers, fingers brushing the iron key at his belt, just for a heartbeat, then turns away. He places something on the desk, the faintest thud. Paper? My pulse jumps. I don't move. The door clicks shut. He's gone. I count to 20, then push myself upright, wrists raw from the manacles. The desk looks untouched. But I know better. I scan for anything out of place, and there it is. The key, half hidden beneath a folded scrap of paper, the edge peeking out like a dare. I almost laugh. Thane, subtle as a cannon. I shuffle closer, chains rattling. The paper is thin, old. At its center, a symbol, circle, cross, slash. Nothing I recognize. My fingers brush it and come away smelling faintly of dried herbs. If I take the key, what happens? Is this a test? A trap? Or did Thane finally slip? My mind spins, weighing hope against the memory of his last warning. I reach out. The key is heavier than it looks, cold pressing into my palm. For the first time in days, I feel something like control. Footsteps. Fast, not Thane. The door swings open. Lior fills the frame, blue uniform crisp, eyes scanning the room like he's counting threats. His gaze lands on my hands, on the key.
That doesn't belong to you.
Perfect. Just what I needed. I grip the key tighter. paper crumpling in my fist.
Are you planning to leave?
His tone is flat, almost bored. I snort. What do you think? I'm chained to the furniture. He steps closer, boots silent, stopping just short of arm's reach. The symbol on the paper catches the light, reflected in his eyes.
I wouldn't try the door. Not today.
It's not a threat. It's a warning. Or maybe an invitation. He glances at the key, then at me. My skin prickles. I should drop everything, pretend I never saw it. Instead, I hold on. Thane left the key. He wants me to choose. The door stands open, sunlight slicing across the floor. Lior doesn't move. I take a step forward. Bells ring out from somewhere above, louder, faster, as if the whole castle is watching. And I realize this is the moment everything changes.
You call that an escape attempt? Pathetic.
I jerk upright, wrists yanking against the chains. Lior stands in the doorway, uniform crisp, eyes colder than the marble underfoot. He shuts the door with a snap, gaze flicking from me to the iron key on the desk. I force my hands behind my back, trying to look less desperate. The key glints, almost taunting.
If you're going to try, at least make it interesting.
He steps closer, boots scuffing the stone. The air around him carries a hint of leather and something metallic. I catch the guards outside snickering, their amusement leaking through the door.
You're lucky Thane's not here. He'd expect better.
I bite back a retort. My throat's dry, tongue thick. Lior's not smiling. He looks tired, like he's already regretting this conversation. He leans over the desk, hand landing on mine. Firm, steady, no room for argument. I tense, expecting pain. Instead, he presses my hand flat, pinning it.
Listen, don't trust anyone, especially not the general.
The words hit harder than his grip. I search his face for a joke, a smirk, anything. Nothing. Just that warning, heavy as a closed door. I want to ask why. I want to ask what he knows. All I manage is a shaky breath. He slides the key away, just out of reach. The movement is casual, but the message is clear. Don't try it.
It's not safe for you. Not here, not anywhere.
My heart stutters. Isn't he supposed to be Thane's right hand? The doubt crawls in, sharp and sudden. He glances at the door, then leans in, voice barely above a whisper.
Ask yourself who holds the real chains.
He straightens, mask snapping back into place. The door swings open. The guards outside snicker again, their laughter scraping at my nerves. Lior's gone. The key sits farther away than ever. My hand tingles where he touched it, the warning echoing louder than any threat. I stare at the desk, mind racing. If even the captain's hinting at danger, what am I missing? Who's really in control here? Boot steps fade down the corridor. I strain to listen, pulse hammering. Are they coming back? Or is something worse waiting just out of sight? I don't move. I don't blink. I wait. Because now, escape might be the most dangerous thing I could do. Chains rattle as I lunge for the fireplace. My knees hit stone. Hard. I don't care. The scrap of paper Lior gave me is clenched in my fist, the inked crest smudged blue against my palm. I scan the mantel. There, the same crest, carved above the soot-stained grate. I reach up, fingers trembling, tracing the lopsided crown. The stone shifts under pressure. My breath hitches. I shove harder, a hollow click. The stone gives way, revealing a cavity just big enough for a bundle of parchment tied with blue ribbon. My pulse stutters. I yank it free, tearing the ribbon with my teeth. My father's handwriting scars the top page, inked in frantic loops. The paper smells faintly of lavender, too gentle for a warning. To whoever finds this, trust is the sharpest weapon. The one closest will always cut deepest. If Thane reads this, know you are not my enemy, but you must choose. heavy, deliberate. I freeze, letter half unfolded. Thane fills the doorway, silent, eyes unreadable. The key at his belt glints as he steps inside. He doesn't go to the desk. He sits on the floor beside me, knees drawn up, as if we're equals. We're not.
You found it.
His voice is flat, not angry, not pleased. Just a fact. My fingers tighten on the letter. I should lie. I don't.
Read it.
I swallow. My voice shakes, but I read aloud. The words scrape my throat. The warning is clear, but the name, whoever betrayed my father, is missing. Torn away. I look up. Thane's hand covers mine. Not rough, not gentle, just steady. His thumb brushes my wrist, slow, as if feeling for a secret.
Do you truly want to know why you're alive?
The question lands like a punch. My mind spins. Do I want the truth? Or just to survive? I open my mouth, but the answer sticks. Boots thunder in the hallway. Keys jangle. The door slams wide. I don't fear the guards. I fear what Thane will say if I let him finish. My shackles rattle as I jerk upright, heart pounding. Thane stands in front of me, silent, eyes fixed on the letter in my lap. He doesn't blink, doesn't move, just watches, like he's waiting for me to confess to something I haven't done. I clench my fists, iron biting my wrists. Are you going to say anything? My voice comes out rougher than I want. Thane shrugs off his jacket and tosses it aside. The movement is too casual, too practiced. His shirt pulls tight, a chain glinting at his throat. The iron key, always there, always out of reach. He unbuttons his collar, slow. My breath catches. He peels the fabric back, exposing a scar slashed across his chest. It's ugly, jagged, almost deliberate. Not old, but not fresh. It looks like someone tried to carve a message into him and gave up halfway. He doesn't speak. Just stands there, letting me look. I can't help it. Who did that to you? He doesn't answer. His gaze flicks from the scar to the letter, then to me. The silence stretches heavy as chains. He steps closer. I catch a whiff of something metallic, like old coins mixed with the faintest trace of burnt paper. His hand brushes mine. Warm, steady, too real. I swallow. My fingers twitch, then lift. I press them to the scar. The skin is uneven, the line raised and rough. I trace it, slow, searching for a pattern. It almost looks like writing, but nothing I recognize. He exhales just once. Sharp, still silent. I want to ask why he's showing me this. Why now? Why my name feels like it's trapped in his throat. But I just keep my hand there, palm flat against his chest, feeling the steady thud of his heart.
You deserved to know.
The words hit like a slap. My mind races. Deserve to know what? That he's been hurt? That the wound is a warning? Or a promise? He doesn't elaborate. Our eyes lock. There's something raw in his stare. Anger? Maybe regret. Maybe something else I can't name. I don't move. Neither does he. Bootsteps approach, quick and unhurried. The drapes part. Lior steps in, silver trim on his uniform catching the light. He takes in the scene. My hand on Thane's chest, the letter open, Thane unmoving.
Your execution's been moved up. Orders. You've got an hour.
The words land like a blow. My hand stays on Thane's skin, the scar burning beneath my palm. For the first time, Thane looks away. Everything shifts. I have 60 minutes left, and no idea if I'm about to die or finally learn the truth. Move, and I'll snap the frame, I warn, fingers wedged behind the portrait's cracked glass. My wrists throb, but I don't let go. Thane's boots halt behind me. You're prying at ghosts, he says, voice flat. I glance at him in the glass, his reflection fractured. eyes hollow, the iron key glinting at his throat. Ghosts talk more than you do, I mutter, scraping at the warped wood. My fingertip finds a groove. Not dust, letters. I squint, tracing the jagged lines. A phrase carved rough. Trust the one who kneels. My pulse stutters. Did you know about this? I ask, not looking up. He doesn't answer. The air between us is thick with the scent of crushed blue petals. His ritual, his secret. I taste copper where I bit my lip. I press. My father left this. For me. Thane's jaw flexes. He trusted me. You shouldn't. I almost laugh. You're the one with the key, General. If I shouldn't trust you, why am I still breathing? He steps closer, chain rattling. You think I haven't considered ending this? I meet his gaze. Steady. You're shaking. He blinks, startled. No, I'm not. Liar. I tap the carved words. He wrote, "Trust the one who kneels." That mean anything to you? He looks away, shoulders rigid. He made me swear. Here, in front of this. His voice drops. I failed. I study him, this man who commands armies, now refusing to meet my eyes. You ever kneel for anyone, Thane? He hesitates. Once. Was it for him? Or for me? He doesn't answer. Silence stretches, heavy as the chains on my wrists. A bell clangs below, final, impatient. My time's up. Thane's hand closes around the key. It's time. I stand, heart pounding. If I die, the message dies with me. Is that what you want? He stares at the floor. You're not the only one with something to lose. We lock eyes. For a breath, I almost believe he'll let me go. But he turns, voice cold. Move. I step forward, the portrait's secret burning in my mind. My father trusted Thane once. I have to know why, before the crowd downstairs decides my story ends here. And if there's another secret hidden in these walls, I'll find it, if I survive the dawn.
Ren Lissara, on your knees.
I hit the ground hard. Iron bites my wrists, chain links digging in. The crowd's roar slams into me. Jeers, boots, something sharp thrown at my shoulder. I keep my head up. I won't give them the satisfaction. Leor stands above, voice flat as a verdict. His eyes skim the mob, never landing on me for long.
Traitor, spy, thief. You stand accused of betraying the crown and your own blood.
A coin bounces off my boot. I don't move. My hands shake, but not from fear. More like my body's ready to bolt, but there's nowhere left.
By royal edict, you are sentenced to death, at the general's hand.
He doesn't look at me. He measures me, like I'm a puzzle he's already solved. I remember his warning. Don't trust the general. Too late. The crowd hushes. Boots scrape. Thane steps into the circle. Black leather, crimson shirt, an iron key at his belt. But it's the blue flower pinned to his sleeve that grabs me. Ridiculous. But I can't look away. He stops in front of me, close enough I can hear his breath, steady and slow. My arms tremble. I hope no one notices.
Kneel straight.
His voice is rougher than usual. I adjust, more to keep from collapsing than to obey. The blue flower brushes my wrist, soft against the metal. It almost undoes me. I want to ask if he'll do it, or just drag this out. But my mouth is dry. I stare at my hands. Pale, bruised, useless.
Look at me.
I do. His eyes are chaos. Anger, regret, something else. He draws his sword. The scrape of steel cuts through the silence. My heart stutters. He leans in, voice barely audible.
Trust me.
I almost laugh. Trust him? Now. But his grip on the sword is too tight. The blue flower is crushed, petals torn. That wasn't part of the plan. The crowd waits. Lior watches. I can feel every stare, every breath pressing down. Thane raises the sword. The blade catches the dawn. The blue flower slips from his sleeve, landing beside my hand. I fixate on it. One last soft thing in a world gone hard. I don't beg. I don't flinch. I just breathe. The sword falls, fast, not at me, but at the chain. Metal snaps. My hands are free. The world erupts, shouts, chaos, everything blurring. I don't know if I'm saved or just marked for something worse. Did I just choose Thane? Or did he choose me? The answer is coming, and it's coming fast.
Kneel.
I hit the stones hard. Shackles bite my wrists. The crowd's roar is a living thing, pressing in, hungry for blood. Not mine, yet, but someone's. Blue petals grind under boots. The metallic tang of old violence clings to the air. Steel flashes. The executioner's blade rises. I brace for the end. Thane moves. His sword intercepts the executioners with a stream of metal. The courtyard freezes. Even the birds go silent. He stands between me and death, back rigid, shoulders squared. The blue flower from his sleeve, crushed, leaking color into the dirt. I can't look at it. I can't look at him. Lior's voice slices through the hush, smooth as a knife through silk.
General, stand down.
No one breathes. My heartbeat hammers against the chains. Thane doesn't flinch.
No.
My gratitude curdles with fury. I want to scream at him, ask why, demand sense. Instead, I stare at the mess under his heel and wonder if he's saving me or damning us both.
You side with a traitor, you die with him.
He sounds bored. Like this is a meeting, not a killing. Thane's jaw locks. The tension in his stance coils through me. He's close, but not touching. I feel the charge in the air, like the instant before a bell tolls. I think of my father's letter, the secret behind the stone. Will any of it matter in 5 minutes? The crowd shifts, restless, no friendly faces. Thane lifts his sword, not at the executioner, at Lior. My breath stutters, my pulse stumbles, wild and uneven.
You want him dead? Do it yourself.
He doesn't look at me. His voice is gravel, scraped raw. Lior almost smiles. That smug practiced twist.
You're overstepping. This is treason.
I want to laugh, or spit, or run. Instead, I fixate on Lior's hand, thin scar curving across his knuckles. The shape is familiar. Wax seal. My father's letter. The ring that marked it. Lior's ring. Not Thane's. Lior orchestrated all of this. The deaths. The trial. My blood runs cold. I speak before I can stop myself.
That scar. Your signet matches the seal. You set me up.
My voice cracks, but everyone hears. The crowd ripples. Guards hesitate. Lior's eyes narrow. He doesn't deny it.
No one will listen to you.
His hand hovers near his sword, but he waits. I square my shoulders, chains rattling. If I'm doomed, I'll face it head on. Thane's voice drops, barely audible.
Ren is innocent. The traitor stands here.
My thoughts tangle. He's risking everything? For me? For himself? I can't tell. All I know, he's drawn a line, and he's standing on my side. Lior steps forward. The crowd recoils. Thane's grip tightens, but he doesn't touch me. His hand hovers close enough to feel. He speaks without turning.
I'd rather die than fail you again.
The words hang between us, sharp as any blade. The world holds its breath. I bark a laugh, raw, broken. Words fail me. Thane kneels, shoulder brushing mine. Not a jailer now, an equal. His whisper is for me alone. You deserve better. The crowd leans in, hungry for a verdict. Not yet. I stare at the ruined flower, then wrench my wrists. The metal gives, just enough. Thane notices. Our eyes lock. This is my answer. Lior closes the distance, sword drawn, tip aimed at Thane. I lunge, slamming into Thane, chains clattering, breaking the tableau.
If anyone dies here, it won't be alone.
Lior's blade falls. The world holds its breath.
Hold out your hands.
I obey before I think. Thane stands close, no armor, no mask. He slides the key into the lock. The click is final. Cold metal drops to the floor. I stare at my wrists, red, marked, but free. I don't move. I half expect the chains to snap back. Some trick, some reversal. Thane doesn't step away. He takes my hand, steady, no hesitation. He presses something into my palm. A blue flower, cool and damp. The petals stick to my skin. I freeze. His thumb brushes my knuckles. A pause that feels like a dare. We're still linked. Too long. Not long enough. When he lets go, my hand tingles. Nerves waking up. He nods at the portrait. We stand shoulder to shoulder. I used to hate that painting. Now the vase beneath it is missing, and the emptiness feels like a challenge.
No more kneeling, only staying.
It lands harder than any threat. I want to joke, to deflect, but my voice is gone. My heart won't steady. I search his face for coldness, but his eyes flicker. Something raw, unguarded. I force words out. I accept the freedom, the staying, even if it terrifies me. The flower creases in my fist. I keep it tight. I need proof this is real.
Your name is cleared. My loyalty, public.
His tone is flat, but the edges fray. I memorize the sound. I grip the flower, the key heavy in my pocket. I'm standing here by choice. A letter waits on the desk, red wax, unknown crest. The vase that once hid secrets is gone. Now there's only this, new orders or a threat. Thane's jaw tightens. He won't look at me. We leave the study. Sunlight catches the blue petals in my hand. The chains are gone. The promise is real. But the letter waits, unopened. If you held the key, would you stay or would you run? The next answer lies sealed in red.